Hello children, very good evening. Class 7 student, this is my first video. Let me introduce myself that I am your new geography teacher. This session I will teach you the geography of the three of the sections. I know that class 7A and 7B has already been done, two chapters, but 7C is lacking only, they have done only one chapter. So that is why I have started my video from second chapter onwards. Second chapter is the interior of the earth. Before starting the chapter, I just introduce myself, that is myself Priyanka Sinha Karmakar, and I am your new geography teacher. And today this is my first video of the second chapter, and please go through the videos very nicely children, and please subscribe it. Otherwise, whenever I will just upload the video, you will not get the notification only. And bell icon, I think you know we are not the professional ones, so some cases if any problem will be there, please spare for me for that time only. And children, today I will going to start a new chapter. First I will start that origin of the earth. Origin of the earth, the chapter name is the interior of the earth, the origin, how the earth has been formed. Okay, whenever earth has got the birth and all the planets also, so it don't have any type of shape, it don't have been solids, it is not in the form of solids, it is form of the gaseous part. Okay, due to the time and due to the different type of forces, different type of motions, earth has rotating itself, and due to that so many after that the time it has been cools down, the things are cools down, the rocks are cools down, and it has been solidified and taken the form of now whatever earth surface we have. Okay, another thing is that is of earth is having like onion. Children, you have seen onions having different type of layers. Okay, layers I mean to say that different type of layers. Earth also, we are having our earth also, different layers are also there. Okay, so here interior of the earth, that chapter we will going to learn about the different layers of the earth. First and foremost, the layer of the earth will be the crust, outer part. Second will be the mantle, and third part will be the core. Okay, first we will start from the crust. Children, you can see the diagram here also. One diagram has been nicely given. Here also you can able to see the crust is the outermost part of the earth's volume. The crust is made up of two layers. What are they? Earth, we are having two things. Main two things are what? One will be the water bodies, one will be the continents, the harder part of the rocks. Okay, so the water bodies are called as the oceanic crust, and the harder part of the continents are called as the continental crust. Okay, mainly consist of the minerals of silica. And some other names are also there according to their how what type of material they have, according to it has been named. The continental crust has been named as Cl means silica and aluminium. Okay, and the oceanic crust has been named as the Sima Sima, Si means silica and magnesium. Okay, so these are the two materials which has been the earth's crust has been made. One will be continental, another one, or we can tell Cl and oceanic crust, or we can say the Sima. Okay, the crust varies into the thickness in from around 5 to 7 kilometer under the oceans, and around 35 to 70 kilometer under the continents. Okay, so definitely under the continents it will be more denser, and under the ocean it will be more lighter. Okay, and that is why it's a lighter one. Next we will tell the mantle. The mantle is situated just below the crust. It is a middle layer, we can tell. Okay, second layer, it is about 2900 kilometer thick. Based on its chemical composition, we have two type of mantle. What are they? Upper mantle and lower mantle. Upper mantle, some definitely which is very thin. Thin means very much fine in quality, and thin layer, not thick one. It's a thin stiff layer consists of mainly the minerals of silica, iron, magnesium. It extends up to the bottom, from the bottom to the crust depth of around 300 kilometers. So upper mantle has been extended up to 300 kilometers. Please mark it, children. Small questions are coming, inside questions are coming. So for that, whenever you sit for the to watching the video of my videos, definitely you should be the book. It should be with you, right? Next one is upper mantle. I have said. Now lower mantle. Lower mantle extends from 300 km from 2900 km. It is the zone of mixed materials. Mixed material means here only it has such as iron, magnesium, aluminum, silicon. Please underline the materials. The average temperature will be 3000 degrees centigrade. The lower slowly plastic manner. It moves slower in a plastic manner. Plastic manner means in a proper way it moves. The molten material, what we know it inside of the earth, that we know as a magma. Underline it. The lower mantle is called magma. The molten material means the rocks. The molten means the to melted form. Ice, how ice are melted, like that way only the rocks are also melted. Okay, so inside of the earth, if the rocks are melted, it will be called as the magma. But that melted part, if it will reach to the earth's surface, it will be called as the lava. Same thing. Underline, the earth is also separated into layers based on its physical behavior. Okay, physical behavior, that children first chapter I think you have already learned that what are they. That is of the earth is called lithosphere. Solid forms of the earth, we are telling the lithosphere, wherever rocks forms. The lithosphere consists of the crust and outer part of the upper mantle. It is rigid and brittle. Rigid means very much stiff. The lithosphere floats on the top of these lithosphere, wherever it floats means it has been like a boat. It floats on the on some liquid. What is that? What is knowing? It is called the semi-liquid layer, which is called asthenosphere. Underline, the lithosphere has been floating on some semi-liquid particles, which has been called as the asthenosphere. Underline, the asthenosphere is a ductile, capable for being bent. Ductile means it can be easily bent any time. It can be moved any time. It can be turned any time. So it will be called as ductile. An inner layer and upper mantle. The upper mantle has stiff layer and semi-solid inner layer. This inner layer is called asthenosphere. The lower mantle is called mesosphere. The lower mantle we can also name it as the mesosphere. Okay. Next, core. Core means the center part, like nucleus in the science you are read na very nicely, that the nucleus means the center part, which is very much at the center, or we can tell in the onion, whenever the last particle, that we can call it as a core, right? Core can be divided into two parts, and wherever it is extended, radius of the core will be 3500 km. Children, I don't know, here it is not given properly that core has been the temperature around 4500 degrees centigrade to 6400 degrees centigrade. So if you want to write, you can also write it down. It has also been divided into two parts. One will be upper core, another will be inner core. The outer core is extended up to 2300 km thick. Inner core is 1200 km thick. The upper core is also hot and it is in molten form. And lower core, through hotter and under such extreme pressure, that is remains solid. Extreme pressure, due to that nothing can be worked, so that is why it becomes solid. But in the outer core it has become molten form. Okay, the temperature of the core is hotter than the sun's surface. That is why I have already been mentioned what is the temperature. The intense heat from the inner core cause material to outer core and inner core to move around. Causes materials in the outer core and the inner core move around. Move around means it has been rotating like this way. Earth how rotates, like this way it has been also been rotating. Okay, so according to the minerals, means whatever the things are present, whatever the minerals are present according to the layers. Minerals, the two are the main minerals in the core section. Okay, one will be nickel, another will be the iron. Okay, I think for today you it is enough. Rocks and minerals I will explain, or I will give some little bit of means ideas to you. Rocks and minerals I will just give. Rocks and minerals. The outer layer of the earth, harder part of the lithosphere, has been called as the rocks. Underline what is rocks. Question can come, children. Next, we can tell it what is the substances formed by one more minerals which naturally occur at the earth's surface: sandstone, gypsum, dolomite, marble, limestone. So many examples it is having in our surrounding, but we can see the marble houses are there, the limestones are there, the sandstones are there. So that these are very much common ones. So any either the talcum powder you are using now for the body, the talcum powder also are coming from talc, that type of stone, rock. Okay. Rock salt means the salt part, the black salt has also come from the rock particles, that has been called as these rocks. Acha, different rocks are having different texture. Most rock forming minerals are silicates. Silicates means it's having the formation of silica content. Now we will tell the minerals. What is minerals? Children, what are minerals? Minerals are naturally occurring substances and it is having the same chemical property. Okay, and it is usually solid and inorganic. They have a definite chemical composition. Definitely it is having the chemical composition. Chemical composition means it has some chemical composition, it has not been changed, right? Minerals are generally two types. Then I will come to rock in detail. Minerals are two types. What are they? One will be metallic mineral, another will be non-metallic mineral. Metallic minerals are that wherever the metals are present. From the name only we can find it out. Please underline that. What are metallic minerals? Another one is non-metallic mineral, with the example only. Metallic minerals are that contain one or more. Two metals also can be one or more than one elements. Metals are usually hard and shiny. They can also harmed into the thin sheets, stretches into the wires, and good conductors of heat and electricity. Iron, copper, bauxite, gold, manganese. These are the nice example of this. Another will be non-metallic minerals. Non-metallic minerals means some of the minerals we have that they don't have the metal content, but they are still coming under these minerals. Okay, we are categorized them as a non-metallic minerals. They can also lack a metallic shine and their appearance. Limestone, mica, gypsum, examples of non-metallic minerals. Here, whenever I will discuss, children, the sedimentary rock, here one more thing is there, fossil fuels are there, but whenever I will discuss that sedimentary rock, that with that only I will tell the fossil fuels. Okay, so up to here today, children. So please take your question answers. Homework part. First question of this chapter will be, what do you mean by the earth's crust? What do you mean by the earth's crust? Second question will be, differentiate between metallic and non-metallic minerals. Differentiate between metallic and non-metallic minerals. You have to write down all this homework in your geography copy nicely. Maybe if Soumya ma'am has been given some question answers or backside question answers, then also these are inside question answers. You have to write it down. Okay, children? Next, what is the basic difference between metallic, non-metallic minerals? What is the difference between rocks and minerals? Today, these three questions only I will give. Okay, next, because this is a first class, that is why I am giving less. But next time I will give more. Okay, next time I will give more. So, thank you, children. Thank you so much. Please stay safe, stay sanitized, and very good evening. And please stay at home. Okay, and please watch the video. Thank you so much.